seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate. We lie, but we know we can't widen.
How can you appreciate yourself as a masterpiece? Hello guys, this is Yundel, and today's share a reminder to each and every one of us that we must acknowledge our own self. Acknowledge the goodness of your own self. This is just a share from my own life experiences and of course from my own reading. I am not perfect. I am still working with myself. And I am sharing this with you every day, the blogs, the thoughts from my reading in order to inspire you, in order to give you hope. And where can we get that hope? When we feel good with ourselves, when we trust ourselves, when we can acknowledge our own self, our own talent and goodness within us. As I have been mentioned many times before, we are all born gifted. We are born talented. But we have to acknowledge that. Dig into your inner self and appreciate yourself that God created you as a masterpiece. You are talented enough to accomplish all the dreams, all the goals you want to do in your life. I know this is not easy. All through the years, I'm old already and I am still working with myself. But I don't lose hope. I have to admit that I have my own weaknesses, I have my own failure, I have my own mistakes. You have to understand that we all have that. And to work on with that, we have to create those positive thoughts all the time. We must remain happy all the time. We must create our own happiness all the time, every day. Yes, it's not easy when we are struggling of something. When life is too hard, it's not easy at all. But in my own life experience, I am sharing this with you to appreciate ourselves that we are a masterpiece. You have to count all the good things you have done in your life. You have to count your blessing. You have to count all the things you have been accomplished since you were a child. You have to remember that you've done a lot of things already in this life journey and you are capable of doing more if you know how to appreciate yourself that you are a masterpiece. It becomes easier for you to accomplish and acknowledge all the goodness you have done in your life, the talents, the successes you have experienced in your life. When you are always grateful of all the little things you have experienced, when you are grateful every day, all the things you have experienced in your day-to-day life, to appreciate yourself as a masterpiece, you have to be grateful for all the things you have experienced. You have to count your blessing. You have to write it down and be grateful for it. Believe me, you've done a lot of good things in this life journey already. You have successes already, but you're just taking it for granted because your family did not recognize you or because your loved one did not recognize you. You are the one who is going to to recognize yourself. If somebody did not recognize all the good things, all the talents, all the successes you have been accomplished in this life journey, then take initiative to show it to them. Take action to show it to them all the things you have accomplished in your life. It always starts with your own action in your day-to-day life. You have to show to them. You have to do the move. You have to do the action that you are different before than now. You have to take action if you really want to be recognized. You cannot just stand there, sitting there, being idle. And when you are doing this, you feel good with yourself. You gain more self-confidence. Always be thankful. Always be grateful for all the things you have accomplished. You've done that. So you have to appreciate yourself. You've done a lot of things already in this life journey. So you have to acknowledge your own self as a masterpiece. Why? Because each and every one of us is different from one person to another. You accomplish different thing than other person, and that you have to be grateful for. Too many people go through life being against themselves, feeling as though something wrong inside. I heard someone say, I discovered the enemy, and it is me. Are you the enemy of your own self? Are you defeating yourself, limiting your dreams, and sabotaging your relationship? All because you don't like yourself? You have enough people and circumstances against you, so you don't need to be against with yourself. When you wake up in the morning, don't lie in bed thinking everything you feel is wrong with you. What you don't like, you are counting that already early in the morning. No, count the things you like. Count the things you love. You have to acknowledge that early in the morning. You have to plan all the things you love doing and do it. When you wake up, say right away positive words. And what is that? For me, for example, I have to say, today is a wonderful day. Today is a new day. Today, new possibilities and new opportunities will come into my life. You don't need to criticize yourself. Somebody done that to you already. Do not do it to yourself. Do not listen to the people who criticize you, who criticize for your own weaknesses you have made and all the mistakes you all have made. But there's a lot of right things within you that you have to appreciate yourself. Yes, we all have weaknesses, wrong things we have done in our life. But dwelling on the negative doesn't help you to do better. Beating yourself up to the past mistakes doesn't move you forward. Therefore, you have to write it down. All the good things you have done, all the successes you have accomplished. From early in the morning up to the night, you are doing a lot of good things, and that you have to acknowledge. When you can acknowledge that, you begin to appreciate yourself. You did a lot of things which others did not did. You are a masterpiece. You are God's creation. You have to do your part in comforting yourself that you are doing your best every day. You have to think that you are being in incredible love, forgiven, and compassion. You have to stay humble and ask the mercy of God to help you to place that self-compassion where you have forgive yourself or forgotten it. You have to understand that whatsoever mistakes you have done, God forgive you generously. He help you to have the peace within yourself so you can nurture peace with your loved ones. Your divine wisdom God had given to you, see that as a valuable position. You have to understand that you are the only one who can appreciate first yourself and acknowledging that you are such a masterpiece. You are one of a kind. You are amazingly great in everything you do in your life. Acknowledge that and be grateful for that. I know it's not always easy to appreciate ourselves or to acknowledge ourselves as a masterpiece. But if you really want to have more hope, inspiration, and you want to be more motivated in your goals in life, do that for your own sake. And you can only do that when you can start writing it down, verbalizing the positive affirmation, knowing that all those things you have done or all those things you have write is true because you are the one who knows yourself. And when it is all being said and done, remember that when you love yourself to the fullest, you are going to do this for yourself because of your love to yourself. This is just a simple share, a reminder to each and every one of us, because many times we are thinking, we are counting the negative things we have done or we have experienced in this life journey. Why can't you write it down? All the positive things you have done, all the successes you have experienced. Acknowledge it and acknowledge yourself that you are a masterpiece. This is Yundel. Thank you for listening. Thank you for dropping here in my channel. I am very grateful to each and every one of you supporting me here in my life journey. I love you all and bye-bye.
Like we feel the same, we love what we hate.